It's now time to come across as an extremely ungrateful brat, and list 10 characters KOF needs to add to 14 somewhere down the line. Although having one of the most impressive fighting game rosters of today, there's still some characters a lot of us are hoping will be introducing KOF's most graphically appealing title. So with that said, let us commence with the list with reference, starting at just when you think the SNK bigwigs are starting to think on the same level as the fans, they only go and omit Garo Mark of the Wolves poster boy. No surprise there, a bit upsetting, but before you buy a plane ticket to Japan and knock down SNK's door with a tree trunk, initially select the classier road by making SNK aware of the dire lack of taffy wing users, adequate displays of sportsmanship, and the ever-blossoming Geese's fathering skills. So SNK, it goes without saying we're counting on you to give us that surprise return, the type we've come to expect from other rocks out there, and I believe in doing so we will definitely avoid the inevitable reaction of fans which can only be described as a I was gonna say badness, but that works too. Ignoring the fact that Ash Crimson had been erased from all time, Eliza decided not to let such useless details get in the way of searching for her former BFF. Whether you decide to call that valiant or decide to call the hospital, Elizabeth still remains a great character with her uncanny ability to manipulate light, however not so great at smelling the coffee. As a 40, her relevance is reset, and her inclusion is something that is certain to progress the story through its current arc. Keeping the stereotype alive that entails that anyone born with a Kuma in their name is epic, though many may not be able to justify his presence in 14. Look at that stand. This alone should be enough unless you didn't consider the fact that he is Kyoku Genryu and embodies the martial art in all its perfection. Though as a team-based game, Mr. Sakasaki Sr. may run into the problem that his affiliate don't seem to fall outside of his Kyoku Genryu family. However, it seems he wouldn't have any trouble forming new partnerships if the situation called for it, not to mention the fact that there's always the option of going it alone. We'll just have to wait and see. This is an example of one of the many characters in the KOF series that once held a degree of importance to the story, the type of character where triumphing over a surprisingly evil tournament organizer doesn't mean that they will ultimately save the tokens or stand a chance of winning that bar fight at the local drinkery, though both very admirable ends, but rather it would affect the victor's life on a personal level, whether it be lifting heavy burdens, fulfilling promises, or eliminating negative bonds. Now, although it stands that Yamazaki cares little about Orochi, it doesn't stop the fact that he's still one of the living Kaketsu, and is affected by the current state of affairs as a result. More importantly, not to mention the fur coat, which he treats like polyester, knows how to return favours, kind and clean to the environment, and a more energy efficient drill. Being a lovely mixture of ruthlessness and lunacy, and insane to the point that he could show up at a certain future election. Continued neglect of the second practitioner of Crazy will only make some of us lose screws of our own. SNK, you've been warned. Congratulations to all unswayed by Alice's antics when she was first announced, including myself. However, this would only conclude to the fact that Blue Mary would not be among the starting lineup of playable characters in 14. Appearing in Fatal Fury 3 first, she would see much inclusion in the subsequent KOF titles, in which she'd usually be investigating the shadowy side of the slugfest and remaining ready at all times to jump onto the scene and execute her prowess in Commando Sambo, which looks like a lovely time. Yet she's another character who hasn't seen the limelight for quite a while. We hope she can break that silence and finally make a well-deserved appearance. After serving the quickest bowl of chicken karma ever, swift shots of this character have been shown suggesting that he will soon be making centre stage. Though 14 may arguably be too early for this character to return, the current affairs of 14 and the threat of the past creeping back to bite him may urge him to take action. Returning as a boss, however, is questionable. After all, he doesn't seem to have gained any new powers in his absence, looking pretty much the same as he stood before the dead Magaki. However, if we consider the fact that he was a mid-boss in 11, and the fact that Magaki, Mukai, and Saiki had all perished before the events of 14, would that not make Shion the strongest living member of those from the past, and the linchpin that could keep the leaderless group from disbanding? Whatever the case, it would be absolutely scrumptious if this massive masculinity and his objectives weren't swept under the rug as per usual. Vanessa is another cover not shown enough love, as of late being in the midst of missing her second opportunity to be translated into 3D, though the first time being more of a save than anything. I'll wait for 2.5D, thank you very much. She could be considered one of the top boxers in fighting games, and perhaps one of the most popular female boxers in video gaming. And although Brother Nelson is a great addition to the series, Vanessa will always have that special flair about her, and will be someone many hope to see in this game one day. Recently, it's been unanimously agreed that everyone needs a puppeteer in their life, and after the flattening of one of my favourites, surely we can supplant it with the one who caught Ninetales and turned it into a scarf. The animal-loving Botan can be considered as displaying symptoms of Ron syndrome, where character is clearly an important part of the story, though they've never been playable in any of their appearances. This is truly a shame, as from analysing similar characters, there is a chance she stands to have quite a unique playstyle amongst the KOF roster, if she ever was given the chance to shine. Let's hope 14 will be that game she finally makes an introduction. If we minus the fans that fall under masochists and dominatrixes, you'll still find that Whip maintains a hefty fan following that would welcome her to the 14 stage in a heartbeat. Debuting in King of Fighters 99, she hasn't seen too much love since then, missing many KOF titles and not being playable since 11. This fact remains despite looking like she's a wooden chair short of being able to tame a lion successfully and getting her wardrobe tips from safari workers. Putting that aside, she is a remarkable character, possessing one of the most unique playstyles in the King of Fighters, and her constant neglect in these games is saddening for this fan over here, though currently she's assigned as Hikari's backup. Hopefully the moment will arrive for her to jump into action and whip some tail once more. He won't fall into irrelevance, a phrase every fan of this character should visit their local witch doctor and have them chant endlessly. Oswald is getting to the point where SNK should just say to us, please move out the way or we're taking you with him. Only appearing in KOF 11 to date, fans may need to solicit a petition at this point. A shame when you've got an obviously unterrible character like this to utilise. The way he takes Slapjack to a whole new level, slashing you up and raising you 10 Gs at the same time, and not forgetting that stance, remarkable. Though Oswald is not the type of character to deal his deck for no monetary gain, we're hoping some Ponzi git will make that all-important bank transfer to sway the dark dealer into participation. And there's the list, not forgetting the honourable mentions of course. If you enjoyed the video, please comment and like and consider subscribing for some more videos in the future, and I'll hopefully talk to you soon about something. See you later.